أهلا وسهلا فيكم إلى جنشن إمباكت. للي عم يسأل وين الخوذة الفضائية تبعي، هي هون موجودة وجاهزة، بس أنا يعني هلا شلحتها لأنه عم نلعب جنشن إمباكت وبرجع بلبسها لما بنلعب ألعاب الفضاء. في عندي حركات تانية يعني إضافية، بقدر أحرك إيدي، بقدر أسوي شغلات إضافية، لكن أنا ما دائما بستعملهم حاليا، لكن ممكن استعملهم وقتا في وقت آخر. في عندي هي حلوة بصراحة، حلوة كثير هي. إيه، ما كتير بستعملهم هدول، لكن بصراحة حاليا الخوذة عم بستعملها كتير. طبعا هاي الأشياء يعني أغلب صناعتي اليدوية، في أشياء جاهزة يعني، لكن حاليا الخوذة مثلا، الخوذة تفصيلي صناعتي، الملابس أيضا شغلي، والشعر وهي الأمور أغلبها صناعتي اليدوية. أوكي نرجع. ديلوك، شو بدنا نعمل نحن حاليا؟ بصراحة ما بعرف. لازم نتوجه نحو الهدف التالي، واللي هو بصراحة بيبعد حوالي 50 متر نحو الأعلى. فبدي اعرف ايش القصه، ولهلا ما بنقدر يصير عندنا معلومات على الخطوه التاليه اللي لازم نقوم فيها، وهذا الشيء غريب يعني انه حتى الان ما عم نقدر نعمل هذا الشيء. اوكي.
It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
اوكي، دنيارزاد شخصية غريبة.
A lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
blushing. هذه بلاش. لقد خجلتي لقد رأيت ذلك.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord.
يا ريت يا ريت خديني إلى القلعة، وإذا بتساعدني عن جد رح تصير شخصيتي المفضلة. رح نشيل تايناري ونحطه بداله، مع إنه تايناري هلا هو شخصيتي المفضلة. اوكي، في هون حواجز.
Hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you three together.
اوكي.
I take it you all know each other already?
ايه مزبوط، جيت لعنده ما ساعدني.
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfon for more info.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia.
اوكي.
The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumera City to begin bolstering its defenses. So people from all over have been called back to the city.
وليش عم بيقووا دفاعاتهم؟
Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell them what we know.
Appreciate it.
احكي لي لأشوف.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking
في
about?
شيء انسرق معناتها؟
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon.
اوكي.
This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
طيب بدهم ياني الاقي الشيء المسروق مشان التقي بالدندرو اركون.
The Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back.
اوكي، سرقوا القافلة.
Grand Sage
طيب.
took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know.
You two have heard
طيب.
of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru.
بصراحة ما رحت عليه، بس
By
بروح
leaving
عليه
Sumeru
بشوفه.
City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back.
اوكي.
And the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
اوكي، هذا المكان يعني
What
سلطة
was
الأكاديمية
lost has a
عليه
great
ضعيفة.
deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
طلاب الأكاديمية ليش؟
Serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also
قصده إنه نحن نقول عن
just
حالنا إنه
go there and
طلاب
see what happens.
من
Help
الأكاديمية.
me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the. And take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There
Okay.
are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been
مين هذا
dead
الملك
for
دشرت؟
thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandon their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
طيب شكرا.
Thanks, Dia. And you too, Osfond. Since we've gathered all we could
خلينا
from
نتوجه
knowledge
إلى
of our
الميناء
city,
معناتها.
let's head to Port Ormos and see what we can find.
بالضبط ميناء أورموس بنتوجه عليه
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both
ننتظر
at the
المفاجأة.
Sabzeruz festival. So, be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that.
لن
Good.
ننسى
And we'll
ذلك.
see you both at the Sabzeruz festival.
طيب بدهم ياني أروح هلا على المهرجان ولا بدهم ياني طيب مهمة جديدة تبعد عني 1500 متر. هذا الشيء بيعني اني ما راح اروح على المهرجان حاليا، رايح اروح فورا الى الميناء اللي هو هون. فخلينا نعمل تليبورت. انا مكتشف الارض طبعا بشكل مسبق مشان ما تنتظروني حتى اسافر وهاي الامور. طيب هاي المنطقة قالوا لي سلطة الأكاديمية هون ضعيفة. هذا الشيء بيعني انه هاي المنطقة اقل تشددا من جماعة الأكاديمية. خلينا نشوف فعلا اذا هدول اقل تشددا وبيقدروا يساعدونا بالوصول للدندرو اركون. اشك في ذلك بصراحة. المنطقة شكلها بسيط يعني هيك فقيرة بسيطة وحلوة.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
حلوين.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all.
بس لابسين من هاي التكنولوجيا الغريبة تبع سوميرو.
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy!
هم.
Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds.
مثلا هذا هو الخطر.
Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads.
اوكي.
We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't
شو
know
هو
what
الشيء اللي
else to
ضايع
do.
المسروق؟ عندي فضول.
Osfond told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos.
اوكي.
Paimon doesn't get it.
راح يكتشفوا اننا كذابين يعني؟
More suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item?
طيب يجب علينا فهم ذلك قبل كل شيء.
Given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
طيب حلو هاي الجزئية باللعبة. بالعادة المدن التي تكون على ميناء بتكون دائما منفتحة أكثر من المدن اللي ليست على ميناء. المدن اللي بالداخل هلا هاي المدينة على ميناء منفتحة على العالم الخارجي، فيها اتصالات، فيها شعوب مختلفة كذا، بتكون منفتحة أكثر، متقبلة للطرف الآخر كذا. أما المدن اللي هيك بتكون بالداخل هيك محبوسة، فهدول ما بيشوفوا أجانب بحياتهم، ما بيشوفوا غير شعبهم، فبيكونوا يعني أفكارهم شوي منغلقة على نفسها. فدائما هذا الشيء موجود بكل البلاد العالم.
Welcome. How can I help you too?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the Academia ever come to Port Ormos?
سؤال كويس.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little.
آه
Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia. let alone graduate.
تمام
But those
بيجوا
who
على هاي
finish their
المدينة
studies
مشان
and
يرفهوا
go on
عن
to
نفسهم
become
يعني
full-time
أو هيك شي مو؟
researchers at the academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumero City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment.
مشان
So you
يبحثوا
can see
عن
it's
مكان
been
بعيد
hard
عن
to come to
الجهاد
Port
النفسي.
Ormos. So
أوكي
students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia.
يبدون جادين
They've
شكلهم
been
جاد.
looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So
هي
long as the
تاجرة يعني؟
Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
بس إذا قلنا إنه نحن من الأكاديمية بجوز هدول يكتشفوا أمرنا إنه نحن عم نكذب لأنه هن كمان من الأكاديمية فراح يكشفونا فمنيح ما حكينا إنه نحن من الأكاديمية.
Good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that
بدهم يرجعوا بدهم يرجعوا كينج داشريت.
What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Ahmar.
عين الأحمر.
Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
لحظة
Don't you
لحظة
see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but
عين
not so
الأحمر
with
عندهم هاي
students of
الشغلة
academia.
المسروقة.
It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein El Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 Mora,
تبا نص مليون للمورا.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what
شد في عندي مورا ما عندي نص مليون.
Guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
كتير نص مليون.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and
شد
pay
في
for the
معكم انتو
information?
أموال؟
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon.
الذي سرق من الأكاديمية يتعلق بهذه المعرفة.
So, what's our plan?
سؤال جيد. نروح على الحانة ولا نسأل واحد من الإيراميتس؟ شو هو الأفضل؟ خلينا نسأل واحد منهم.
Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 Mora. Have you lost your mind?
طيب المعلومات تستحق السعر.
All right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of Mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
أنا لا أتوقع أنه عندي هذا المقدار من المورا. خلينا أول شيء نروح لعندهم نشوف إيش الوضع. إذا بقدر أفاوضه بحيث إني ما أدفع له كل هالكمية من المورا لأن بصراحة كمية كبيرة كتير. المكان عم يلي أعلى مني مرتفع. وين مرتفع؟ هون أوكي. تعال نحكي معه لنشوف.
This is the place we heard those students talking about.
أعطيني فراشات.
Let's find a seat somewhere.
هو
and
أقدر
see
أخذ
if we can
الفراشات؟
spot the group they mentioned.
تعال نجلس هون. أنت تجلس وتنتظر إلى وقت معين. أوكي.
Please take a seat. So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of.
طيب.
The main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah. With
Okay.
the boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
طيب هن يعني سرقوا قوة معينة
Guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
بدهم يسترجعوا هذا الملك.
Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
اوكي. اللورد الأعلى هذا كان خاين؟ عن ايش عم يحكوا؟
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
طيب لازم نحكي معهم؟ نحكي مع طارق. طارق سمعتك ايش عم تحكي؟
Huh? Who are you? What do you want?
أنا مسافر.
Traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
صح. أنا طالبة من الأكاديمية.
Student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos?
أنا أبحث عن شيء ما.
Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
خد 50 مرة.
What is this, some kind of joke?
Oh! Sorry. She must have grabbed the wrong amount. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
أعطيه 500,000 مرة.
Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice right now.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
هي المعلومات. لدي سؤال واحد أيضا.
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're
نحن
archaeologists.
ندرس الآثار، علم الآثار.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret.
أنتوا عين الأحمر يعني؟
King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru.
Okay.
King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
أيوة.
You mean the traitor was...
يعني
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch
أيوة.
destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me.
يعني هلا بدهم يقولوا لي إنه دندرو أركون كذاب كان اللي مات هذا.
The voice of the oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret.
طيب شو هو هذا احكي لي عن هذا العرافة هاي الأوراكل.
I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
طيب.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
مين أنت؟
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again.
الهيثم.
I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory.
طيب أخذ مني 500,000 مرة.
They keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey!
طبعا.
Shut it all, Hatham. What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
business. حرامي.
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha!
رجع لي المرة. 500,000.
Negotiate with you.
Yes,
حبيبي.
in no uncertain terms.
انت استنى شوي.
It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you. Don't push us. or
هلا
this
لا
could
تغير
get
الموضوع
ugly.
في 500,000
We don't
مرة.
usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a
طيب
few
لازم
business
نتقاتل معهم
deals.
يعني.
I will jeopardize the Eremites' reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
والمرة حبيبي رجع لي 500,000.
Did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse,
Okay.
4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
ليش بعد أسبوع؟ ليش مو اليوم؟
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 more.
أيوه 500,000 يسلموا. شكرا جزيلا جزيلا شكرا. أنا هلا مبسوط.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them.
هاي
We
بدها
can't
خوذة
afford
فضاء.
any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Mr. Iman, there appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
ماذا تفعل يا أيمن؟
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal
استنى لا
compensation
تروح.
for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
استنى بدي إياك.
Did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions.
استنى لا تروح. وينه؟
Wait, after him.
وين راح؟ راح من هون. وين اختفى؟
Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
نعم الهيثم.
What do you want?
شكرا على مساعدتنا
No need
هناك.
for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future.
متوقع.
Goodbye.
استنى يا أخي.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something,
إيه.
no?
إيه.
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that?
غلط ما لازم أقول له إنه أنا من الأكاديمية لأنه مبين عليه راح يكتشفني إني كذاب.
A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
عرف إني كذابة. طيب أنا أعرف بعض الأشياء عن اللعب بالسيوف.
Oh, yeah, she's really strong. Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
She doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
حبيبي أنا ما في داعي يكون عندي فيجن.
But she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from
عين الأحمر.
from guys like that.
عين الأحمر.
Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
خلاص خدني معك.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
اوكي
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
قول لي.
Willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know what it was?
مزبوط، انا كنت راح ادفع المصاري وبس ما بعرف شو هي
Well,
الشغله.
if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look,
تبا ما راح يقول
if
لي.
you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We
طيب.
know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too.
يبدو أنه هو نوع من المعرفة. هذا الشيء المسروق هو معرفة.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before.
شو هو؟
This is what you've been looking for.
هذا هو الشيء؟
Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
جوهرة شغلة.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha.
طيب.
Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal
يعني مثل
instantly becomes privy to its contents.
ذاكرة USB أو فلاشة أو كارت ذاكرة أو هيك شيء.
Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing.
مهم هذا الشيء. معناتها بنقدر نستخرج منها معلومات مثلا.
Harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them.
تبا غير قانونيات.
For scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as
بيسووا تهريب للمعلومات يعني عن جوا هاي الأشياء.
Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up.
طيب وشلون بدنا نستفيد منها يعني؟ معناتها هن فقدوا وحدة من هاي الكبسولات اللي فيها المعرفة؟
So that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer.
طيب هل يمكننا التفاوض أكثر؟
You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
أوكي. معناتها بيعرف شغلات ما بيقلي عليها، بس هو أكيد بيعرف شغلات. فرجيني وين الموقع اللي لازم أروح عليه. ريلي بس هون خلينا نمشي مع بعضنا، مو أنت بتختفي وبتروح وبعدين أنا بلحقك. خلص نمشي جنبها هيك.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something.
ماذا
I need you
تريد؟
to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant.
دوري.
Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior
بعرفها دوري.
knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
طيب.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
طيب.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you.
أعطيني شوية نقود. كويس.
Earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first tell which ones are good and which ones are bad.
مزبوط. شلون رح نعرف أنا هي كويسة والمو كويسة؟
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
عندي elemental sight.
Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue.
اوكي. elemental sight. بعرف الكويسة من الما كويسة.
Here are
طيب.
2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
ماني شايف أي فرق. ما في فرق بيناتهم.
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
طيب. في وحدة على شي. هالة هيك.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
ايه. اللي على اليسار في حواليها إشعاع.
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight.
اوكي.
That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in
Irminsul هي
Dendro
الشجرة.
energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap.
طيب.
You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it.
ماشي، يعني قصده إنه لازم أدفع.
Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
مين ماترا؟
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out,
طيب.
now's the time.
سأساعدك على إيجاد دوري. خلاص.
Then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
وكالة فندق. طيب.
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
تعال قل لي إيش الوضع.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
أقول له كلمة السر. بس شو هي كلمة السر؟ ما سمعته قال لي كلمة السر أبدا.
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
هاي.
What a unique palate. We have unripe hara fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone escort you.
هاي كلمة السر مشان ياخذني على خلف الدكان.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe hara fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You too. Please follow me.
اوكي للمكان السري.
Fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
هاي كلها كلمات سر.
That pop quiz sure was scary.
اوكي.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
وين المستودع حبيبي؟ وانت ما بتقدر تمشي ابطأ من هيك؟ على مهلك ها؟ على مهلك ثواني ندور دوائر حواليك وانت وين رحت؟
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today.
الثقة شوفوا مستوى الثقة قليل.
Taken by mice.
أقول له مبروك مبروك.
Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
أريد أشياء يسبب لي ضربة شمس.
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer to erudition. Eating something that causes heat stroke sounds horrifying.
طيب.
I'm sorry.
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at the paper that Al-Haytham gave us.
فرجيني الورقة. وين الورقة؟ وين الورقة؟ الهيثم ما أعطاني ورقة. ما عندي أي ورقة أعطاني إياها الهيثم. فخلينا نسأله مرة تانية نحكي معه. طيب أول شي بدنا نقول له مبروك على الفيران. الفئران أكلت الهارا فروت، رح أقول له مبروك. تاني شي ضربة الشمس غلط اللي هي هاي.
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring sounds like a bad life decision.
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style?
طبعا هاي ما بعرفها.
I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since this is your first time here.
Wait a sec. Sumeru City style means we're only buying a few things.
Ah.
It won't take us to see Dorn.
لازم ناخد أكتر. طيب.
He's cautious of us.
طيب مرة أخيرة. أوكي هات لنشوف.
Before I retreat, please forgive me, but we may
هلا
not have
الفئران.
sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken.
مبروك على الفئران.
You look like you have some skill.
وبعدها بدي إياهم.
Fruits that'll make you dizzy.
لا ما بدي هديك، بدي هاي. هذا هو الخيار الصح. وبعده لازم أشتري شراء كبير عشان ياخذني لعند دوري. هي يعني شراء كبير.
You two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully.
Okay.
Okay. Everything has been confirmed.
كل هاي مشان نتواصل معه. حلوة بس.
It's the Matra. Run!
What? The Matra? Where? Al-Haytham said we're done for it.
طبعا.
We gotta get out of here.
لازم نلحقه هو. لازم نلحقه هو. وهو بصراحة ما راح لعند الماترا، راح مشان ياخذني لعند دوري. 99% راح ياخذني لعند دوري، ونحن تجاوزنا الوقت ولذلك أنا راح أقطع الحلقة هلا. بنقابل دوري بالحلقة القادمة. اكتبوا لي تعليقات أفكاركم ومعتقداتكم وتعدكم أي اقتراحات، وبشوفكم في حلقة قادمة. مع السلامة.